Welcome! I am the Overlord, and this is Crack-A-Pack, a show where I crack various Magic the Gathering products, including boxes and packs and pre-release kits, and it's all for my enjoyment. And you can enjoy it too. Right here, a new set just came out. We have Kaladesh. It's a world of aether and inventions and artistry, and we are going to go ahead and get cracking. Got all these packs here. Bam! Packs. Look at all of that. That's so many packs. So many packs to crack, and only so much time to do it. So will this start us off? Bam! We have the key to the city. Alright, let's start off with a little dance. You tap it and discard a card to give up to one target creature unblockable till the end of the turn. And then when it becomes untapped, you may pay 2, and if you do, you get to draw a card. So you get to get a card right back, so you need to have the mana for it. You get creatures in, that's unblockable, and that's good. I like that. That's a solid effect. You don't even have to equip the key, which is great. It's just there. Makes sense that they give me, the Overlord, the key to Kaladesh. Will we get the dance stronger? Are we building it up? Let's see. Captured by the Consulate, a story time card. Enchant creature you don't control. That creature cannot attack, and when an opponent casts a spell, if it has a single target, change the target to the enchanted creature if able to. I like this. It's really expensive to just make something on attack, but it also provides like a shield against your own dudes. So you can play something bigger your next turn, and your opponent can't use spot removal or something tricky like that without first getting rid of the captured by Consulate. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's keep the dance going. Bam! Insidious Will. For 4 mana, you can choose one, counter target spell, choose new targets for target spell, copy target instant or sorcery spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy. It's interesting, it has versatility. I'm not really a counterspells player. I don't need to counter any spells at all. I am the Overlord, of course. Let's get the dance back. Bam! Alright, dance is coming back. Cultivator's Caravan. Tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. It is a 5/5 for 3 with crew 3, which crew's a little expensive, but it serves as a solid mana rock that you can actually do something and swing with later in the game. This is probably great for EDH and Commander players. I know I would look at putting these into my deck. It is definitely worth hanging on to, because you never know. You might just need that mana rock late game to turn into a creature or a blocker when it's no longer relevant. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first foil for the box. Let's put that there. Let's see if we're still dancing. Let's dance into that foil. Bam! The Aetherflux Reservoir. Whenever you cast a spell, gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. Then you can also pay 50 life to deal 50 damage to target creature or player. This is one of those things, the effect is super sweet, like pay 50 life, but I'm not really a life gain kind of dude. And I don't think I'll really ever have a use for it. But it could be cool trade fodder, and like the effect is just, it's just bonkers. Like, when would you have assumed that Wizards would put a deal 50 damage to a card on something? Well, the words are printed right there. It's good stuff. Let's check out our foil. Bam! Our foil basic land for the box. Alright, got that out of the way. Probably one of the least exciting foils you could get. And it's a swamp, so it's mostly dark, unfortunately, which means that there's almost no point in it being foil. Alright, our rare for the box is... It's a pretty good rare for the box. This makes me want to dance. The Master Trinketer. Servos and Thropters you control get +1/+1, and I do like me some Thropters. For 4 mana, you can create a 1/1 servo artifact creature token ad nauseum. You can do that as much as you want. You don't have to tap it down. I like it. You're thinking, oh, 4 mana for a 1/1, but it's like you just dump your extra mana once you kind of run out of things into it. And that's what makes it great. I like this a lot. I'm looking forward to it. And just imagine on turn 3, pop that down, boom, suddenly your Ornithopter goes from a 0/2 flyer to a 1/3 flyer, just like that. It's magical. All right, foil number 2. Here we go, but first, the rare or mythic. Bam! Midnight Oil for 4 mana, enters the battlefield with 7 hour counters on it. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card and remove 2 hour counters from Midnight Oil. Your maximum hand size is equal to the number of hour counters on Midnight Oil, and whenever you discard a card, you lose 1 life. This card is super fun, flavorful. Like, it makes perfect sense if you think about like drawing cards from your library is like coming up with new ideas, and like your library is like your mind, and burning the Midnight Oil and pushing yourself too far will eventually like completely burn you out. But I don't see myself using it in anything. So it gets the honor of pants, which isn't an honor because it's pants. Well, let's find out what our foil is. Bam! Foil uncommon. I think 1 of 2. You scry 2, then draw 2 cards, then you get 2 energy. And that is not too shabby. Now we're coming. We were playing with foils here. We hit a foil vein. We'll put that down there, and we'll see this card is sweet, a mythic, the Torrential Ear Flash. When it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So it gives you like flashback on a stick. Not too bad. I am just waiting for someone to figure out how to break this thing. It will happen. And the foil, can we do better than the Torrential Gearhawk now that we're dancing again with this foil? Bam! The Authoritah of the consoles. Creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under opponent's control, you gain 1 life. Right, so that is a foil rare for the box. How I think about this card, yeah, I'll keep on. Keeping on. It's good, it shuts down like hasty aggro, you get some life. I would definitely play it in more of a pillow fort type deck, just for a little extra control and a little extra life gain. Like, that's a nice bonus for that effect. So that's a nice little dance. But let's like crank up the dance. Let's crank it up to 11. The Syndicate Trafficker. It's a 3/1 for 2. Sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on Syndicate Trafficker. It gains indestructible till end of turn. I mean, that's alright. But I'm putting it in the pants pile. I just don't find it very exciting, don't find it very practical, and you have to have a bunch of artifacts already, and it's gonna die eventually because it has 1 toughness starting out with. So it's hard to set up. So before we get to the rare, I've noticed something, and I opened a previous box too, and it's a little bit of a printing error, as you can see right here in the corner of the cards. There we go, as soon as it focuses. There's like a little white dot right there, and I think that's where it's supposed to be cut. And so at the very bottom edge here, you can see like the text just barely makes it. Like there's not enough black space on the bottom of it like normal cards. So that's neat. I'm gonna hang on to these. I doubt they're worth like any big reprint money, but yeah, someone might want to hang on to them. And I certainly have enough of those commons in the commons already. But do I have enough of this card? Can never have enough of the Bloomin Marsh. This is what they call a gotta go fast land. Bloomin Marsh enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. So you want to play it in turn 1 or turn 2. Hopefully you're getting your lands every turn. And then these are the enemy colors of a cycle started in whatever that was called. It was either Scars of Mirrodin or Mirrodin Besieged. I always like lands like this that give you options, especially ones that can kind of come in untapped at an early game. That's very crucial, and that makes me want to dance. Alright, we have another foil there, and then we'll take a look at our rare. Bam! Alright, bristling Hydra. It's a 4/3 for 4. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy, and you can pay 3 energy to put a 1/1 counter on it, and it gains hexproof till end of turn. I really like this. It's solid. It's a little weak for a green creature body. Essentially, it's a 5/4 that dodges some sort of removal or something that your opponent has. And if you have lots of energy, like if you're doing an energy deck, you can just keep doing this and keep swinging with it and keep pumping it up. I like it. I think we'll be friends. Will I be friends with this foil though? Let's find out. Bam! Die young. Our friendship died young. Alright, even more foils. I like it. Keep bringing on foils. Maybe we'll hit one of those Kaladesh Masterpiece Invention things. Let's find out. Bam! Ooh, Inspiring Vantage. More fast lands. This is the red-white variant. Got a couple of those for my pre-release, which weren't super helpful in the pre-release, but happy to have them nonetheless. You gotta go fast. Gotta flip fast. Bam. We have invented something great together, friends. Yes, my minions. The static orb. Look at that shininess. Gonna shine it all over the place. You can't read it, it's too shiny. Oh, there we go. There we go. We have our masterpiece. As long as static orb is untapped, players can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap step. As you can see, we have the special Invention Masterpiece symbol. We have the static orb, it says that right there. The super cool orange, like, Kaladesh frame. Yes. Yes! That is definitely a dance card. That is so nice. Let's keep cracking. Maybe. Now, I may be just a Southern Country Overlord, but I'm thinking maybe we could get 2 masterpieces. Well, it won't be in this pack, because all we have is this sweet, sweet rare. Or mythic. Let's find out what it is. Hey, yeah, that's a pretty sweet mythic. We have the vicarious Gearhulk. It is a 4/4 trample for 5, and you may be thinking, but me lord, what makes that great? Well, when it enters the battlefield, distribute 4 +1/+1 counters amongst any number of target creatures you control. Yes, that even means itself. This could be an 8/8 trample 4/5. Holy crap, this is amazing. So 2 absolutely amazing super dance packs in a row. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the dance. This is getting crazy. The roof is on fire. We are dancing our pants off. We're just dancing. Can we keep up with that? Can this next card dance it party hard? Let's find out. Bam! We have the Dinah Tower. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you get 2 energy, and you pay 5 energy, and you can deal 3 damage to target creature or player. I'll be honest, I used this in a draft in like an energy deck. It did not deliver well. Like trying to get instant and sorcery spells in a limited environment like that when you have a few, so you can build up enough energy to lightning bolt something. It's just 5 is too much energy for this effect, and therefore I don't really like it. I think it's pants. Gotta stop the music. Stop the music. It's pants. I am sorry that I opened that. I mean, I'm not, because I like having cards, but. Let's see if one of the cast of many planeswalkers in this adventure will join us and come to see and gawk in awe of the static orb. Let's find out. Now, we will get the Architect of the Untamed. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, you get an energy, and you can pay 8 energy to create a 6/6 colorless beast artifact creature token. Let's say 2/3 for 3. I used this one too in a draft deck. Honestly, I wasn't super impressed. That is a lot of energy to build up, and there are a lot of cards at common and uncommon that use just like 1 or 2 energy, so it like constantly drains your energy in order to have really good effects for the cost. And this is big stompy, but if you have that much energy anyway, you're probably already in a super great position. And I know I'm not gonna use it. I think we can do better than that. We had a couple of pants in a row. Let's get the beat back. Boom. Wow. Cultivator of Blades, fabricate 2. When it attacks, you may have other attacking creatures get +X/+X till end of turn, where X is its power. It's a 1/1 for 5, and you can fabricate 2, so it could be a 3/3 for 5. Its effect could be powerful for like just an end game rush, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. Not at 5 mana. We got a Chandra emblem, the lady of the hour that we hope will show up at our little Kaladesh party here. Let's see if it's her. Now we have a paradoxical outcome. That might be a problem. Instant, return any number of target non-land, non-token permanents you control to their owner's hands. Draw a card for each card returned to your hand this way. As a 4-drop instant. And it's a good way to discard a bunch of cards in your hand because you overdrawn. I don't like it. It can't hit your opponent's creatures and give them draw. For 4, yeah, you can get some good card draw from that, but at the cost of your creatures, and then you just lose your board state at that point. And even drawing some bonus cards, I don't think it's worth it. Come on, I'm dying to dance. Let's do this. Let's get the beat back. Wildest dreams, and I dream of pants. The wildest of pants. Return X cards from your graveyard to your hand. Exile this card. It's XX green, so you're paying 2 mana plus, the base cost of the 1 green to get back a card to your hand. Maybe that's like better than restock, but I don't see very many people play that anyway. Unless you really need to get like centerpieces back, I don't see why people would run it. Alright, so we have another foil. Can we push to 2 masterpieces? 2 masterpieces in 1 box? It's probably unprecedented, and that's exactly what I want to change. But first, let's see if this rare can get us back in the dance. Toolcraft Exemplar. It's not too bad for constructed purposes. A 1/1 for 1, which is like meh, but you'll essentially be a 3/2 for 1, which isn't too bad to begin with. And then if you have 3 more artifacts, instead of just the 1 you need for the pump, he gains first strike too. So he's good to crew your vehicles. I would run him in a super aggressive, like maybe vehicle deck. Vehicle red-white artifacts or something like that. So yeah, that's a little dance. I want to dance. Let's get the dance back a little bit. Let's see what this foil is. All right, our second foil uncommon for the box, so we should expect 2 more foil commons. And anything beyond that is a mystery to me. So this is a refurbish. Brings something back from the graveyard to the battlefield, as long as it's an artifact. Could be cheaty, I guess. Could be good. You could cheat something out. So, let's find out what our rare is. Will it keep us in the dance? Let's dance hard. Let's dance so hard. Well, it's not a hard dance, but it's a solid dance. It's good. Got more fast lands. Gotta go fast. Gotta open this next pack fast for fast lands. No time, gotta go fast. Oviya Pashiri, Sage Lifecrafter. It's a 1/2 for 1 green. You can pay 3 tapper to create a 1/1 colorless servo token, or you can pay 5 tapper to create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token where X is the number of creatures you control. That makes me want to dance a little bit. I think you could do some fun stuff with that in the Fabricate. Get some servos out. Then make a really big construct creature. Will she create something great with this rare or mythic? Probably mythic. Let's see. Hope it's mythic. Bam! We have the Marionette Master of Pants. For 6, it is a 1/3 Fabricate 3, and whenever an artifact you control is put into the graveyard of the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Master of Marionette's power. Marionette Master. I like the effect. I think it's super pricey. It could be really good, but I don't want to pay that much just to get a 1/3 and 3 little servos that I can ping my opponent for 3 life. So it goes pants. Was that a temporary detour from the dance? Let's get the dance back. Why, thank you, Mr. Doven Band, for bringing back the dance. I didn't think you looked like a dance person, but you're clearly dancing now with the rest of us. Doven Band is sick. I think you are a fan of the static orb, Mr. Bon. So we will put you right next to that. Probably invented it, which is pretty amazing. Makes me want to dance. We are dancing hard now, boys and girls, and everyone in between or outside of that. Did Devin bring any friends to the dance floor? Let's find out. Looks like he brought Consul of Allocation. So I really like this. I think he's really underrated. It's a 2/3, 4/3. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You're gonna drain them for 2 when they try to remove this guy right away. If they start casting other non-creature spells, you're going to get a lot of life after that. It could really make people think twice when they're playing Storm decks. Maybe it's super secret sideboard tech. Who knows? But I think there's a lot of potential with that card. Alright, so we have a foil. We are expecting 2 uncommons and another invention. We'll see what it is after we see this rare. Bam! We have another Storytime card, the Deadlock Trap. When it enters the battlefield tapped, when it enters the battlefield you get 2 energy and you can tap it and pay 1 energy to tap target creature or planeswalker, and its activated abilities cannot be activated this turn. I think this is really too restrictive for what it does. It would be okay, because I tried this in limited. It would be okay if it didn't have to enter the battlefield tapped, or if it kept them tapped down through the next untap step, which I understand if they did that it could be really abusable and just flat out broken. Though I do like that it highlights a story moment. And a foil common. So let's get the beat back. Let's get the beat back. Boom. Wub, 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 wub. The electrostatic pummeler. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy, then pay 3 energy, and it gets +X till end of turn, where X is its power. This is one of those that people are hyping up. That's like, oh man, just pump it a couple times, and you can pay the energy, and then just swing in for 1 billion points of damage. And certainly, its ability gets exponentially better the higher its power is, or the more times you're able to activate it in a row. But it's a 1/1 for 3. Other than that, on its own, it's just not that good. Not counting any other cards, and it's not super exciting. Yeah, you might be able to do great things with it, but I'm going to assume that it's pants. So maybe since getting the beat back last time didn't help too much, let's maybe not want to get the beat back. It helps a little. We have an Aether Storm Rock. It is a flying 3/3 creature. When it enters the battlefield or another creature under your control, you get an energy. Then when it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap up to 1 target creature defending player controls. So tap down blockers, keep pumping it up, keeps getting bigger. You're going to keep playing creatures. It's pretty scary. You might want to watch out for it. I like it a lot. Let's keep going. Let's get some hard dancing done. Bam! Authority of the Consuls, we've already covered that. It goes into like a little tiny dance pile. Not huge, not great, but slightly better. I wouldn't be so quick to consider it pants, but it's not super dance either. Have another foil. That's great. But first, our rare. Boom! Alright, we have our Skyship Stalker. It is a 3/3 for 4 in red. It's a flying, it's a dragon. You can give it fire breathing, you can give it first strike, and you can give it haste. So even if you draw it after turn 4, you can still get it down, you can still wreck some face, pump it up, give it first strike, uncontested in the air. It's pretty great. I like it a lot, and I will be putting it into my Singleton Dragon stack. Bam! It is a Snare Thropter. All right, and what are we gonna follow up that with? Ooh, the Angel of Invention. That is a 2/1/4/5 flying vigilance lifelink fabricate 2, so potentially a 4/3 for 5. And it gives an anthem effect. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. So with the fabricate, you can also bring in some of the little servos instead and get 4/4 on the ground and 2/1 in the air, depending on the situation. I like this. I think it gives you lots of options, and it makes me want to dance some more. Dance some more. Dance. Dancing. So that's pretty good. What can we follow it up with? Let's see. Bam! We have the Aether Squall Ancient. So it's a 7-drop Leviathan. It has flying. Okay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 3 energy counters. And you can pay, it looks like 8 energy counters to return all other creatures to their owner's hands. Activate this ability only when you can do a sorcery. So you build some energy and you get a big dude out. I'd play it in limited, but I think it's gonna be pants. I just think it's pants. It's sweet in limited if you build up that energy and you're in that archetype, because then boom, it's over. But I want to keep dancing, and you do too. So let's find out what this is. We have PMLR. When she enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 colorless Thropter artifact creature token with flying, and then you can pay 1 in a red to give target artifact creature fire breathing till end of turn, or you can pay 1 in second artifact to make target creature that can't block this turn. Overall, pretty versatile, gives a lot of use for your Thropters and tokens and artifacts. I like it. She makes me want to keep dancing. She definitely doesn't make me want to stop dancing. I'm sure Mama Nalar can get down with the rest of them. All right, so we saw that Nissa emblem there. Maybe she's in the same pack. Now we have the Madcap Experiment. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal Pants, an artifact card. Put that card on the battlefield and the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Then it deals damage to you equal to the number of cards revealed in this way. It can be wacky, it can be goofy, it can be crazy, but I just don't see anything big enough for taking that huge risk. And then like ruining your draw. Unless you can set it up, but I don't think you can really set it up very well in this set. So we have a foil here. It could be exciting. We could get another masterpiece. We're coming down to it. Or like a mythic foil. But first, let's check out this rare. We have Gonti, Lord of Luxury, a 2/3 for 4 Death Touch When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of them face down, and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. As long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it, and you may spend mana, although it were of any type, in order to cast it. Okay. It could... Nah, I'm hesitating too much. I was gonna say it could be fun. Maybe I could find a use for it, but I don't have anything. It doesn't excite me right away, so it goes into the bans pile. Maybe in the What's Yours Is Mine deck, that could be fun, but even then, Let's find out what this foil is instead. Bam! Larger than life. Yes. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be a Bombback Courier. Has haste 1/1 when it attacks, exile the top card of your library face down. You can't look at it. Then you pay red, discard your hand, sacrifice Bombback Courier, and put all the cards exiled with it into your owner's hands. This, at first you're like, oh man, it's great, but there's so many hoops to jump through, it's not going to work 99% of the time. And you're just gonna exile stuff off the top of your library, which I don't know if that's good or bad. It really probably doesn't even matter, but you're just not gonna get the benefit from it unless you like have 0 cards in your hand or something crazy anyway. So, Pants Courier. But we have Lady of the Block, one of them anyway, Chandra Nalar. The reason why we're here in her pack could be something glorious, something great. Let's find out. So we're not gonna get 2 masterpieces in this box, which is all right because 1 is certainly great as it is. But what we are gonna end the show with is, BAM! Metallurgic Summonings. Alright, this is probably my least favorite mythic, but a mythic's a mythic. For 5, it's enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token where X is that spell's converted mana cost. Then you can pay 5, exile this to return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this only if you control 6 or more artifacts. That is kind of brutal. You need to have 6 artifacts, which might not be too hard, but still, I just can't get behind it. But it's a mythic, and mythics make me want to dance, even if it's just a little bit. Well, there we go. That was a pretty good box of Crack-a-Pack, if I don't say so myself. We have 5 mythics, a Masterpiece Series Kaladesh Invention with our friend the Static Orb here, and then a large collection of 3 of the fast lands, because you gotta go fast, and some other great dancing rares. If you like Static Orb and you like exciting things, hit that thumbs up button. If you are tapped and can't untap more than 2 permanents during your untap step, go ahead and feel free to hit that dislike button. Leave some comments below, subscribe, and share with your friends either way. And that is all I have for this episode of Crack-a-Pack with the Overlord Kaladesh Edition. So go now, my minions! Be free!